Welcome back, Bantam Black hockey fans. It's Championship Sunday here from the Cullen Hockey Center. On the Dennis Bushel Rink today, it is Moorhead Bantam Black against the Edina Hornets for all the marbles here today. Edina with a 2-1 win this morning over West Tonka. Spuds with a 5-0 win over Lakeville North. Starting for the Spuds today at center, Beckett Miller. On the left wing, Garrett Blaha. On the right wing, Joe Summers. At your blue line, Gavin Welch and Logan Brecky. We're up. Signals everybody's ready, and puck rock, we're underway. Hornets control the face-off. They try to clear it out. Summers intercepts. Pumps it along the near board. Beckett from his knees tries a centering pass up front. Edina able to quickly into the zone. And Brecky gets a stick on that shot and deflects it up into the roof. And we'll get a quick whistle and a face-off coming in the Spud zone. Becker in the face-off win, carried out by Blaha. And that's an offsides on Edina. One of those unfortunate calls that Edina taps it in, but Moorhead gets possession of it. And then we get a face-off because of it. But that's the rules. That goes away once we become JV varsity junior golds as they go to the delayed offsides. Now Miller and Summers working in low. Down by the Zamboni door. Puck battle along the boards. Edina comes out with it. Eric Curry at the center out. Taken down by Summers. Brecky hands it off to Miller. Now Miller tips it in. Edina from their own zone. Checked by Summers. Edina flings it the length of the ice, and that'll be an icing on Edina. Well, the Hornets today ice the puck. We'll get a face-off coming all the way back down in the Edina zone. Moorhead will send out a fresh five with Colton Miller, Jet Steen, Kale Kalhoff, Team Kalhoff, Isaac Foss, and Landon Hasbargen. Face-off taken by Jet. Taken away by Edina, now poked away by Hasbargen. Edina from below the goal line. They look to move the puck. Colton on the forecheck. Taken away by Kalhoff. Kalhoff looks for a sending pass. Oh, Miller on the backhander. Just squeaks wide. He couldn't get much on it. That pass snuck through the crease. Hasbargen tries to hold it at the point, but puts the pass in Isaac's skates. He'll have to race back for it. Edina gets to it first. Quick turnover. Saved by Davis. And quick shot there, centering pass, and Edina scores quickly on Davis. Centering pass from point-blank range, and the one-timer goes in, and Edina leads 1-0 here just a minute and a half into the first period. So Mount Saugan will come out with Woodard and Copeland. Welsh and Brecky back in at the blue line. Copeland off the face-off, turns it over right in front of the net. Oh, that was dangerous. Good stick check there by Brecky. Edina throws to the far corner. Now out to the point. Shot there, saved by Davis, crashing on the net. Finally poked free by Welsh. Welsh looks ahead to Copeland. Copeland gets stood up at the blue line. Now Woodard picks up the loose puck. Edina looking for an exit pass. Edina now in as they sidestep Welsh. Centering pass. That gets deflected up high. I don't know how that's not a high stick. Now Welsh pokes it free up the ice. Up to Mountaug. And Mountaug with a 2-on-1 with Woodard. Woodard, that pass gets deflected by the defenseman for Edina. And Edina will send it the length for an icing. Nice try there by Cam as he tried to feed Woodard on the backside on the 2-on-1, but good defensive stick there by the Hornets. And Beckett will come back in with Summers and Blaha. Face-off control by Edina down low. Their exit pass at the skate up front. Now Hasbargen sends it cross ice. That's intercepted by Edina. Edina's shot, saved by Davis. Rebound loose, cleared by Paz. Now Edina in the corner. Supported by Beckett. Now from behind their own goal line. Beckett steals that away. Now Summers tries to clear. Edina able to hold it at the blue line. And finally Hasbargen able to chip it off center right. Edina sends it in. Paz, pass intercepted. Edina dumps it back low. Centering pass by Edina, stolen away by Hasbargen. Hasbargen up ahead, sends it to Summers. Summers carries it in. Now loose puck in the middle of the ice. Taken away by Edina. Back check there by Colton Miller. And now stolen away by Colton as he clears it. Summers will give pursuit. Edina settle things down in their own zone. They get up to the red line and dump it in. Wells will pick it up. Wells banks it off the board. His forwards were in tight, so they couldn't reach it. Now Edina back at center ice. Up through the middle. On the player there, side check from Wells. Now Edina rings it around to the near side. Loose puck out front. Shot there, blocked by Wells. So he took it off the shin guard. And bouncy puck comes loose out to center ice. Edina gets up in, chips it low again. Wells sidesteps one player. Now races past another. He'll carry it up the left wing. Pushing his way all the way through. Now Colton from behind his own net. Or behind the net. Now Wells there to support. Now Colton. He throws it cross ice into the far corner. Centering pass comes out to Brecky at the blue line. And Edina able there to intercept. Edina chips it in. No icing. Mount's now going to be down low to pick it up. His pass goes off Edina's skate. Now he'll bring it around the boards to the near side to Kalhoff. Kalhoff will chip it out to center ice. Now Edina up through the middle. That puck gets dumped in off the Moorhead stick. Brecky battling in low, now supported by Mounthaugen and now taken away by Wells. Wells, long lead pass for Woodard. Now poke tip free by Copeland. Copeland with the forecheck. Now Copeland with the loose puck, he loses it. And now the Hornets come back the other direction. Saved by Davis on the soft shot from the point. Now Poss brings it around to the near side to Woodard. Woodard tips it to nobody. Now it's loose. Oh, that one just rolled wide of the net. Now the puck's loose in the corner. Quick shot there. That rolls through the crease. Now Donnie unable to clear. But kind of panicking in their own end here. Just need to settle down, get control. Isaac loses an edge and takes a dump. And now Brecky intercepts that pass. Brecky off the glass. Held in by Edina. Now Woodard's able to punch it free. Floods out to make a change. Brecky seriously needs to get back to the box. He's been out there for an extra long shift. Now shot goes wide. Loose. Now Blaha chips it out the center. Edina dumps it in. Edina player and Poss take a tumble. Clearing the puck. Went off the Edina player. And now he brings it around to the far side where Summers tips it out center ice. Now back to the near side comes Edina. They throw a shot on net. Davis with a save. Rebound. Loose. Oh, what a collision up front. Other shot comes swinging through the crease. And Blaha gets it up to Summers. Summers up ahead. One-on-one. Gets it poke checked away. Blaha's shot. Gets deflected. Now Summers. His shot goes wide. Comes over to the near side. And Edina will dump it all the way down where Wells will pick it up. Wells up to the near side to Summers. He'll chip it in as he needs to go to the bench. Colton Miller in on the forecheck. Comes out to the point to Wells. He's got to wait for everybody to get onside. Oh, he got in. Colton just couldn't quite get out as Wells was going to carry it in. So offsides on the Spuds, and faceoff will come just outside the Hornet zone. Colton Miller in to take the faceoff. Edina with an early goal leads 1-0 over Moorhead. Faceoff one to the near side. Chased down by Brecky. Brecky banks it up to Kalhoff. Kalhoff works along the near boards here right in front of us. Edina comes out with it. Cross ice pass. Gets through everybody, and Steen will pick it up. This pass up to Kalhoff. Kalhoff couldn't quite handle it. Now Edina in their own zone. Leave it below the goal line. Taken away by Steen. Steen tries to center it. Gets deflected. Now down in the near corner. Edina flips it out to center ice. It's picked up by Wells. Wells sidesteps one. Sidesteps another. Works in low. Centering pass. It gets deflected away by the Hornet defender. Now two Spuds take a tumble. And Edina comes back the other direction, and they'll dump it in as they're going for changes. Edina will get to it first. Now Brecky working low. He finds Woodard on the near boards. Woodard up to Mounthaugen. Now taken away by Welch. He'll chip it up ahead. Now Copeland with it. Copeland sends it back. Then a defender sets up his offense. He'll skate it in all the way in the middle. Brecky goes cross ice and Edina holds it into the zone. Now centering pass. Tried to clear by Wells. It's in the feet. Finally, Brecky's there to chip it out to center ice and relieve the pressure for the Spuds. Now Edina spins it back in. Wells down to the corner. Leaves it up for Copeland. Copeland up along the boards. Mounthaugen in to help out, and Mounthaugen comes free with it. Mounthaugen gets it poke checked away. Gets it up to Woodard. We'll dump it in as Spuds are making changes. Loose puck. Come up. Blast by Blaha. And saved by the Hornet goaltender. I don't think Garrett got all the wood on it that he wanted to. So Beckett will step in to take this face off. Edina controls. Foss at the blue line, spins around, sends it back low. Now Edina puts it back, and Foss has to go chase it down in his own zone. He sends it around for Blaha. Blaha along the boards. Blaha spins around, continues to give chase along the near side. Edina from the goal line, out to the point. That shot's blocked by Beckett. And penalty coming up against Moorhead. So Isaac with a cross-checking goes to the box, and Edina goes on the power play. Blaha will take this face off. Edina controls at the point. Long stick there. Shot saved by Davis. Loose puck cleared by Brecky. And he'll get up to Summers, who would send it out to center ice. Edina up along the boards, too far. Well, he'll bank it off the boards cross ice and force Edina to go back to their own zone and regroup. Summers on the forecheck on the penalty kill. Now Edina's long lead pass goes too far again. Wells again goes cross ice, banks it off the boards, makes Edina retreat to their own. Now the defenseman decides he'll just carry it up on his own this time. He'll save it. Wells clears the rebound, banks it off the glass. Summers on a race. Icing's waved off. Summers with it. He's in deep on his own. Steen comes out to replace Blaha on the penalty kill. Now Edina comes back the other direction. Shot there, save, cleared by Wells. Steen working along the near boards. And now Wells with loose puck. Wells carries it up ahead. He'll poke it down low. Edina sends it back the other direction. Now Brecky with it. Brecky, Steen. Steen to the near side to Kelhoff. Kelhoff up on the penalty kill now with Steen. Now he finds Steen on the far side. Steen will dump it in. Edina sends it back out. Lead pass intercepted by Steen. Now poke checked away by Hasbargen. As Hasbargen has come out with Blaha as a defense. Nice to have a guy like Garrett who's played lots of defense in the past years to help out. And we got a defenseman in the box. Centering pass deflected by Davis. Steen will get to it and splits back to full strength. Boy, that was a quick power play. Steen checked along the boards. He gets tripped up. And now Edina comes free with it. Edina up ahead. Tipped away by Kelhoff. Beckett tried to feed him. Now Mounthagen on the ice. Now Kelhoff leaves it for Mounthagen. Mounthagen with a step. Shot there. Bad save and a penalty coming up against Edina. On the hustle by the Spuds as Cam Mounthagen gets hauled down. And with 2 minutes remaining here in the first period, the Spuds will go on the power play with an opportunity to even things up. Summers in to take the faceoff. We've got Beckett and Mounthagen with him on this power play. Loose puck. Quick shot there by Mounthagen. And goaltender way alert there, ready to make that save. As Mounthagen and Miller were both right on the doorstep looking for a rebound, but Hornet goaltender swallow that up. Face-off now comes out to Brecky. Brecky hands it down low to Summers. Edina rings it all the way around. It comes out to Welsh at the point. Welsh down low to Beckett. Beckett on the far board, hands it down low to Summers. Summers to Beckett. Soft shot there. Beckett. Backhander slides through the crease. Summers now along the far boards. Help supported by Mounthagen. Mounthagen, shot there, goes off the side iron. Now Mounthagen swings around to the near side. Reads Brecky at the point. He throws it in low as he was getting pressured by a Hornet forward. Now Summers hands it low to Mounthagen. Mounthagen tries a wraparound. Summers, shot, backhander, loose puck, shot again, and goaltender swallows that up for a big save. Big goaltender for the Hornets is number 30, covers a lot of net, a lot of space. Colton Miller in to take this one. Face-off win comes all the way out to the near point where Brecky will have to chase it down. They'll have to get on side. He goes cross ice to Wells. Wells back over to Brecky. Brecky tries to thread a pass through. Now Edina. Poke checked away by Brecky. Kelhoff, lead pass, gets deflected away. Now Edina dumps it back. Brecky. Up to Wells. Wells back to Brecky. Up to Kelhoff. Kelhoff pass over Colton's stick. And now Steen will hand it to Wells. Wells will carry it in. He'll stop. Centering pass gets deflected. Now Brecky at the point. His shot. Oops, sorry. And that's right in the breadbasket of the goaltender, and he'll hang on to that as nobody was there for for a rebound opportunity. So a quick change here, 25 seconds. Blaha will be on the blue line with Hasbargen. Miller, Summers, and Blaha. Mounthagen, Blaha, and Summers. Blaha from below is going goal line. This pass got deflected. Now Garrett from behind the goal line continues to work. And that's the end of period number 1. Simultaneously ending the power play for the Spuds. So after one complete period of play, Hornets lead the Spuds 1-0 on a early goal from Edina. Both teams will start the second period back to full strength. So we'll go take a 2-minute timeout and come back for the second period. All right, here we are back for the second period. Hornets lead the Spuds 1-0. Puck drop underway, and Edina controls out the faceoff. They'll bank it up off the glass. As Morgan kicks out the center right to Summers. Joe Summers up around the right wing. Tries to center it to Mounshaugen. He leaves it for Beckett. Beckett, shot, rebound, score! Beckett Miller with the shot, followed his rebound, and pounded in the back of the net. And just like that, Spuds tied up just 16 seconds into the second period. A good start on the second period with Spuds as they answer that one. Some beautiful passing there. Summers left it for Mounshaugen. Mounshaugen with a little drop pass to Beckett. Now Beckett out the face-off. He'll loft it in deep. Give chase. Controls the puck. Now he'll spin around and hand it low. Gets out of Summers' reach, so Mounshaugen have to chase it down. Now taken away by Miller again. Quick shot there. That goes high under the glass. Blaha steps in from the point. Blaha tries a centering pass. Oh, Blaha and Miller collide alongside of the net. And Edina able to clear. Welch will spin back in his own zone. Cross ice up to Colton. Spuds getting fresh skaters on the ice. Welch will step up with it. He'll carry it into the zone. His shot deflected into the corner. Welch pinned up against the boards. Colton helping him out. Now Steen jumps into the help. And Edina will float it up high where Kalhoff will glove it down. Kalhoff banks it off the boards. Too hot for Steen to handle. Now Edina tries to cut through the middle. They'll dump it in. Welch will give chase with it in the near corner. He'll chip up the boards to Steen. Welch gets tripped up in his own zone. No call there. Now Edina carries it in. Good pursuit pressure there by Brecky to push the puck wide. Loose puck comes out wide to the point. In behind his own net. Now up to the point. Shot there, saved by Davis. He scored. Too many loose pucks that Spuds couldn't get on. That's Got to be able to get it out of your zone when you got puck control. And Edina takes back a 2-1 lead. We're with 13:04 remaining in the second period. So 2 rebound goals here, the story in the second period. Edina off the faceoff, carries it in. Woodard with it. He tries to bank it off the boards and out. Edina able to hold. Up in the center. Shot there, saved by Davis. Now Mounthaugen brings it around to the near side. Copeland pressures. Now poke check 3 by Hasbargen. But Edina able to pick it up and bring it back around to the far side where Woodard will get to it. Woodard gets stood up. Now loose. Bud's got to do something with the puck when they got it. A little hesitant here. Good shot there, saved by Davis. Now loose below the goal line, and finally Mounthaugen will pick it up. Mounthaugen gets it up to Copeland. Copeland 2-on-1 with Woodard. Copeland, shot, save. Edina. Good idea there, Donnie. Defender took away the pass. Looking for a 5-hole. Goaltender was able to squeeze his pads. Now Beckett in to take the face off. Wins it over to Summers. Summers pinched up along the boards. Now Beckett, he throws one on, tried to throw one on net, but that hit a defender. And the Hornets control from their own end. That pass was too far for everybody, and that'll be an icing. Summers will take this face off for the Spuds. Hornets control down the corner. They bring it around to the near side. MYHA gets to it first. Now Garrett sends it up to Miller. Miller up to Welsh with the point. Back to Miller. Miller trying to get to MYHA, and he's got his stick knocked out of his hands. Now centering pass, but nobody there but the Hornet defenders. Summers on the pressure. Now MYHA steps up. Now Edina back the other direction. Far shot there, and Davis will glove that and hang on to it. And we'll get a whistle here, and the Spuds will change up lines. $11:21 left here in the second period. Colton Miller and take this face off. Colton wins it back behind his net. Edina gets to it first. Now they'll ring it down low. Wells will pick it up. Wells with room. Carries it over, hands it off to Kalhoff. Kalhoff back to Wells. Poke checked away by Edina. Now Brecky chips it up, and Wells will dump it in. Edina down in the near corner. They try to chip it up, glove down by Jet. Now Colton on the pressure. They'll ring it around to the far side. Kalhoff pressures, and they finally able to clear. Come back with it. Shot there on the backhander, but Davis will glove that easily and hang on to it. So 10:35 left here in the second period. Woodard didn't take this face off. He wins it back to Copeland. Hasbargen banks it up ahead. Up to Mounthaugen. Mounthaugen on a breakaway. Shot. Oh, what a pad save there by Edina goaltender. Beautiful play all around. Spuds with a beautiful breakout play. Mounthaugen in all alone. I think he probably wanted to get that puck a little higher, but goaltender for Edina laid the pads out. Another great play by both players. So Cam will now step in to take the face off. He'll win it over. Edina sent to the point. Hasbargen gloves it down, but Edina able to push it free. Edina in. Shot there. Saved by Davis. Rebound in the skates and finally plugged free by Hasbargen. Now Copeland sends it cross ice up for Woodard. Woodard stabs at it, but it flips up into the Spud bench, and we'll get a face off just outside the Edina zone. Oh, no, they're going to say it's going to come back to center ice. But quickly changing lines, keeping everybody as fresh as possible. Short shift. Loose puck. Edina punches it free into the zone. They throw it into the far corner. Brecky will race to it along with Summers, and Summers comes out with it. Summers. Lead pass up to Beckett. Beckett overskates it. Now Summers. He'll backhand it down deep. But Edina picks it up and flips it back out to center ice. Brecky over to Wells. Wells goes cross ice back to Brecky. And now up to Summers. Summers up to Beckett in the middle. Beckett. His pass is behind Blaha. Blaha will recover. He tries to drop it for Beckett. Now Blaha. With space, he spins back around. Now he finds Beckett up top. Beckett sidesteps. Quick shot there. Oh, just goes wide. Summers. Quick shot there. Now Summers tries to feed Miller. His shot got deflected up high. And finally, Hornets able to clear. Wells will hustle to it. He banks it off the boards up to Brecky. Brecky now through center ice. He sidesteps one player. Now goes wide. Sends it in deep. Continues on the forecheck. Edina sends it around to the near side. And finally rolls all the way out. Wells will have to go back and pick it up. Wells, lead pass up for Blaha. Blaha leaves it for Colton. Colton, centering pass. Oh, Blaha's backhander just slides wide of the net. Nice 2-on-1 there between the Spuds. Oh, Hasbargen will throw that in deep. And that one will be cleared down for icing on the Hornets. Everybody wanted a 6-2 minute on the ice call there for Edina as it hit the skate of a Spud leaving the field of play. So 8:20 left here in the second period. Spuds trailing Edina by 1. Face-off coming down in the Hornets zone. Hornets win it back. Lead pass out ahead. Hasbargen was there to get to it, but just out of his reach. And he whips on it. Centering pass. Davis will deflect that to the corner. Now pass up along the near side. He rings it up. Shot on net. Davis with the save. Rebound comes loose. Another save there by Davis. That off his stick. Flips up high. Now behind the net. The Hornets send it back down low. Centering pass taken away by Kaloff. His pass goes off a Hornet defender. Hornets regaining pressure again down low. And Hasbargen rips that off of a Edina player on the bench. He had them all ducking. 7:34 remaining here in the second period. Face off will come to the right of Davis. Woodard, Copeland, and Montaugin for the Spuds. Woodard will take this face off. Ooh, excuse me. Edina wins it back to the point. Shot there, save. Wells there to clear. Rips it up along the boards. Now it comes in low to Welsh again. And he finally pushes it free. Now Copeland supports. Edina able to hold. Centering pass, shot, glove save, Davis. Davis flashing a little leather there. Again, Spuds in their own zone, struggling to move the puck out. It's cost them on 2 occasions so far. We don't want to let that happen again. Face off win to the far corner. Hornets on it. Now pressured by Brecky. Woodard in there to help out. Now Brecky chips it along the boards, but Edina able to hold. And finally the Spud's able to clear. Donnie Copeland up to the near side. Now Edina flips it up ahead. Stolen by Brecky. Copeland gets it up to Woodard. Woodard dumps it in. Hornets from below. They'll ring it around to the far side. Beckett fresh off the bench will hustle to it. Now they ring it around to the near side. Edina up ahead along the right wing. Edina down low. Held bay by Brecky. Now push free. Now Wells steps up, and now Summers took it. Now Wells finally able to clear out the center. Dump in attempt. Taken away by Wells. Now Beckett leaves it up to Blaha. Blaha on the near side. Pushes the puck low. Summers in on the forecheck. Edina tried to bank it out the glass. Held in by Hasmart. His shot. Rebound loose. Summers on the back side of that looking for a rebound. Now turnover up front. Blaha spins around, unable to hold it. Toss. Dumps it up to Garrett. Garrett will dump it in now. Spuds back on the forecheck. And Edina, long lead pass up ahead. Toss there to get back for it. Blast there from the point by Edina. That goes high up over the glass, into the glass. And Spud's able to clear, and penalty coming up against the Spuds, Joe Summers, for cross checking. So 5:23 here in the second period. Penalty on the Spuds, so the Hornets will go back on the power play. Galoff with Steen in to kill the face-off, or penalty. Edina out to the point. They fan on the pass. Now they'll just chip it in low. Wells will chip it up along the boards. Steen works in. Steen steals it away. Unable to clear. Edina's centering pass there. Good jerk there by Brecky to tie up the defender on the backside. They were looking for that one-timer. Now Brecky tries to rip it off the boards. Hits the Edina player. Now it holds it in low. Centering pass. Oh, Edina had the back door wide open, but they shot it right through the crease. Now centering pass. Spud's able to pick it up. They'll clear. And that'll be an icing on Moorhead. .113 remaining here in the Hornet power play. Mounshaugen and Beck will come out for the Spuds to help kill the rest of this penalty off. Hopefully. Loose puck. Edina up to the point. Now we'll get it in low. Shot there, goes up high into the glass and rings around and out of play. Edina has to come all the way back to their own zone to pick it up. Mounshaugen with a loose puck comes up by Brecky, and he dumps it in, but it's outside as Mounshaugen was caught in deep. .53 seconds remaining here in the man advantage. Beckett in takes this face off. Hornets control. Long lead pass up along to the blue line. Shot there, and Davis will glove that and hang on to it for a whistle. .406 remaining here in the second period. Face off, one back to the point where there was no Hornet to be found, so they'll have to come all the way back to their own zone and get onside. Long lead pass. That pass goes up with Beckett State. The goalie will play it, leave it for his defenseman. Now Hornets with numbers 4-on-2 coming through the zone. Centering pass, blocked by Wells. Loose puck in front of the net. Now shot, saved by Davis. Now sticked over to the far boards. Beckett pressures at the point. Centering pass goes right through the crease. Mounthaugen picks up the loose one. Oh! What a terrible play. Now Beckett with Summers. 2-on-1. Beckett's shot just goes wide. Buds back to full strength. And Edina will touch that up for a whistle. Refs will discuss that one. That's a dangerous hit. That's where legs get. Yep. So 3:13 left here in the second period. Penalty on the Hornets. Moorhead will go on the power play. Pretty sure I've seen him say that he gave the 2-minute sign for the knee, is what they're saying. So I'm guessing it's a 2 and a 10 because they're sending another player to the box. So Spuds go on the power play here with 3:13 left in the second period. Colton Miller, Cal Hoffenstein. Colton wins it back, comes out to the point to Brecky. Brecky out with Hasbarger. Out to Colton, hands it to Cal Hoff. Cal Hoff behind the net, centering pass, shot, just goes wide on the rebound. Johnny clears to the point, Brecky holds it in. Now Colton pinned up along the boards. Now Cal Hoff comes out with it. Cal Hoff, cross ice pass to Steen. He tries to leave with the point to Hasbargen, but Hornet defender gets there first, and Brecky will have to chase it down. Hasbargen flips it up. Now comes through the middle is Cal Hoff. Bugs forwards on the rush. Cal Hoff with a side step down low. Now he'll leave it for Colton. Colton sends it up to the point to Brecky. Brecky back down low to Colton. Colton, quick shot there. Blocker save. Now Colton. Oh, he was looking for Jet on the back door. Tip just out of his reach. Hasbargen throws one in down low. Now battle along the boards. And Edina able to backhand it. And they'll pitch it, working back down. Davis will come up and play it. He'll punt it off the boards up to Brecky. Brecky will get it up to Miller. Actually, Hornets will take it away. Now back the other direction. Hornet defender leaves a centering pass. Hasbargen just throws it out. Davis with the save. Now loose puck again. Now Beckett on the rush. And Edina will dump that in offside. So 24 seconds remaining here in the van advantage for Moorhead. 1:38 remaining here in the second period. Beckett wins it forward. He'll give chase. Hornet defender will get there first. He'll leave it along the board. Summers picks it up. He leaves it for Beckett. Beckett now up to the point to Foss. Foss looking for Summers on the back door. Just missed him. Now Summers skates it around the top of the circle. Carries it in low. Shot there, deflected up and over the netting and out of play. As Edina's back to full strength. So 1:13 remaining in the period. Both teams back to 5-on-5 hockey. Summers will take this face off. Summers wins it back to the point for Brecky. Brecky will step up to hold it in. Beckett dumps it in low. Summers will get to it. He gets pinched off the puck. Mounthaugen to support. Mounthaugen sidesteps one player. Now Edina along the near side. They send it out. Comes to the Wells. Wells will carry it up the other side. Beckett tries to clear at the point. So it bounces over his stick. Brecky with the work along the far board. Now it's taken away by Welsh with 32 seconds. Welsh with Summers. And Mount Saugon trailing. Welsh gets a poke checked away. Now Edina back the other direction. Brecky will chase it down on his own zone. He'll come up along the near side to Blaha. Blaha tries to feather it past the Summers, gets out of his reach. Now Edina banks it off the boards. Welsh sends it in low. Now Blaha, now Edina up to the point, and that's the end of the period. Just threw a punch. There's going to be penalties handed out here now. We'll see what can transcribe from this. So we'll try to figure out what the penalties were here that transpired here right at the end of the period. But after 2 complete periods of play, the Hornets lead Edina 2-1. All right, we'll go on mute here. We'll try to figure out what the penalties are, and we'll come back for the third and final period of this championship matchup between Edina and Moorhead. So, welcome back here. We are back for the third and final period of this championship matchup between Moorhead and Edina. Edina with a 2-1 lead after two periods. They had a couple of penalties up on the board, but they took them off, so I believe they're matching. Not sure what the call is. There's quite the scuffle at the end of the period down in the Moorhead zone, back behind the play. We do have one Edina player still serving his 10-minute major, as he got a 2 and a 10 on a D-to-D hit. So he's in the box for the remaining. He's probably out for about another 7 or 8 minutes. Actually, he'll be out for another 10 minutes. He was gone. He went away with 2 minutes remaining. That's when the Spuds had the power play for the final 2 minutes. And I see Joe Summers in the box and another Edina player. So I assume those are matching because nothing's on the board. We don't know what they actually gave them, if it was just 2-minute minors or what. But face-off underway. This is going to be a physical one. Swings it around the board up to Blaha. Blaha along the near board. Gets a little too far for him. Now Brecky gets it up to Wells. Wells sidesteps one, hands it to Mounthaugen. Wells picks up the loose puck. Gets a poke check away from him. He'll dump it in deep, brings it all the way around. Comes all the way around to the far point, but Mounthaugen not able to quite get there fast enough. Mounthaugen to Wells. Wells throws it in on net. Edina from their goal line. Poke check there by Blaha. Pokes it free. Now Blaha puts it into the corner. Centering pass. Gets through everybody. Comes up to the near far boards to Wells. He'll chip it in low. As Moorhead will go for some changes. Now Blaha steps up. He can't quite hold it in as it pops off his stick. And Edina will flip it in deep to the Moorhead zone as they go for changes. Colton Miller spins around. He looks for Calhoff up the middle. Now Calhoff has to sidestep a defender. Now he gets up to Steen. Steen sidesteps one. Tries the lead pass for Colton. He was tied up. And Edina sends it back out to center ice. Pass up to the blue line. Colton dumps it in deep. Steen gives chase. He gets ridden off the puck. Calhoff centering pass. It comes all the way out to Pass at the point. He'll dump it back in low. Bouncing buck off the puck. Colton up the middle, but that puck just out of his reach, and Edina able to clear. Asbargen steps up. He's got to wait as Colton got upended in the Edina zone. So Spuds have to get onside. Now Jet will carry it in. He'll leave it for Colton. Colton will dump it low, but Edina able to pick it up. And they'll send it to length, and that'll go for an icing on the Hornets. So just 2 minutes into the third period here. Still a 2-1 lead for Edina. Face-off comes down in the Hornet zone to the left of the goaltender. Mounthaugen in to take the face-off. Mounthaugen wins it to Woodard. Woodard throws it in low. Goaltender deflects it behind the net. Now Edina from their own face-off circle, stolen away by Copeland. Copeland with a quick shot and a save by the Hornet goaltender. Off the face-off, comes out to Brecky. He'll dump it into the far corner. Edina up to the point. Held in by Wells. He dumps it back low. Edina rings it around to the near side. Brecky steps up. Brecky sidesteps one. Carries into the corner. He'll throw one in on net. Goaltender leaves it behind the net for his defenseman. Edina now goes cross-ice to the near side. He'll dump it in. Brecky spins around. That pass off the mark and Woodard to pick up the loose puck. Woodard finds Copeland. Both pass goes off a Copeland stick. Now Downey sends it over to the near side where Woodard will give chase. Woodard, he'll dump it in as he goes for a change as the Moorhead finish their line change. Now Blaha out here with Colton Miller and Beckett Miller. So different lineup for the Spuds. Now Poss banks it off the boards, comes right out in front of the net. Quick shot there, loose, and it's in the back of the net. So puck popped up in the air. Spuds couldn't find it. Edina whacks it out of the air and find the back of the net. And Hornets take a 3-1 lead. Edina controls out the faceoff. They have to chase it back down in their own zone. They bring it around to the far side. Lead pass up. Foiled away by Colton Miller. Now pass to the near side where Hasbargen will chase it down. Edina centering pass taken away by Wells. Now Wells finds Blaha. Blaha chips it out center ice. Now Blaha pokes it free. He's in on his backhand. He'll spin around. Now it's loose along the near boards for the Hornets control. Poke checked away by Wells. Nobody goes after it but a Hornet. But they're going to get down there. Now Hasbargen battles low with Monshaugen. Shot there from the Hornet goes off the side of the net. Centering pass. That's deflected away by Wells, and Wells will carry it out. Now Wells sidesteps one. Steps around another. Tries to leave it for Steen, and they were on the same page, and back come the Hornets the other direction. Hornets go wide down to the corner. Now taken away by Brecky. Kelhoff leaves it for Brecky. Now he gets it up to Wells, who hands it off to Monshaugen. Monshaugen sidesteps one. He'll dump it in, and they're saying that's tipped, so no icing. Now Steen on the forecheck. Edina rings it over the far corner. And finally out to neutral zone. Now stealing away by Jet. Jet in with Colton. Sidestep to one at the blue line. Hornets able to punch it free, and they'll chip it down. Boss will change it out in his own, chase it down in his own corner. He spins around, leaves it for Copeland. Copeland pinched off along the boards. Now loose in the middle, where Colton Miller able to finally chip it out to center ice. Pass too far for the Edina Hornet. Now Kelhoff sends it ahead to Woodard. Woodard carries it in low. Hands it off to Copeland. Copeland tries the centering pass, but that was too soft, and the Hornets able to deflect that. Wells will get back at center ice. Gotta pass that, Donnie. In trouble. Now Hornets back the other direction. Drop pass, pulled away by Colton. Walking in, Woodard with a check. Wells chips at it, but Hornets carry it below the net. Now Wells in the corner. He pinches off the defender. Wells chips it up to Woodard. Woodard gets it poke checked away. Got to move that puck, boys. This is where Moorhead gets in trouble trying to carry the puck too much instead of moving it. Loose puck comes out to the point, and Wells will have to regroup in his own zone. Wells up ahead to Miles. Miles wasn't paying attention. And that'll go the distance on Moorhead for an icing. .8:11 left here in the third period. Hornets leading by 2. Face off comes out to the point. Hornets throw it into the far corner. Wells pinches the Hornet player. Monshaugen overskates it. Now it's loose. Now Monshaugen finally steals it away. Monshaugen with Kelhoff. 2-on-2. They'll throw it on softly on net. Hornets try to clear to the point. Wells Hands it off to Miller. Now Wells stands it up the blue line. Now Wells will dump it in. Now Hornets from their own zone. And they'll just dump it in as they go for a change. Brecky in the near corner. Takes it up to Kalhoff. Kalhoff centering pass for Colton. Steen. His pass off the mark. Was just not able to connect on their passes here in this third period. Just a hair off the mark. Now Blaha off the bench. Blaha up to Woodard. Woodard tries to carry it in. Now Hornets able to clear out to center ice. 7 minutes remaining. Blaha chips it up along the boards. And Blaha finally able to clear back out to center ice. Hornets chasing down their own zone. Colton Miller with the pressure on the forecheck. That took a weird hop off the boards. Now Woodard hustles to it. Woodard dumps it in low. Hornets ringing around the boards. Comes all the way past everybody. Icing's waved off as they're saying it was touched up by Moorhead. Moss banks it around the boards to Woodard. Turnover right in the middle of the faceoff circle. Shot there, saved by Davis. Now Hornets from behind their own net. Stolen away by Mounthagen. Cam up through center ice with Woodard. Woodard dumps it in low. Mounthagen in the corner. Hornets clear it. That did not get tipped. That was a terrible call. Wells missed that puck by a foot, and they call it a tip to wave off icing. Wells gave the ref a look, too. It was funnier than hell. Hornets ring it down low to the near corner. Now they dump it in lower. Poke checked away by Wells. Wells tries to get it up to Woodard. Wells continue on the forward check. Now Wells steals it away. He's up ahead. He's got Woodard trailing along with Copeland. Still working down low. Now run around to the near boards. And Colton Miller will chase it down on his own end. Down to 5:18 remaining here in the third. Colton feeds it up to Wells. Back to Colton. Colton banks up along the far boards. Hornets go across from D to D. Now Kalhoff steps up to intercept. Shot there, and Davis will glove that and hang on to it for a whistle. 4:59 remaining here in the contest. Edina leading Moorhead 3-1. All right. The ref had to do some explaining to the coach over at the Edina bench. We're done with that, and he signals we're ready to play again. So Beckett Miller in here with Kalhoff and Colton Miller, I believe it is. Wells from Brecky on the blue line. Faceoff comes out from Edina at the point. Step up there by Brecky to poke it free. Kalhoff unable to get it out, and Edina dumps it back down low. Edina pushes it below the goal line. Centering pass, shot there, blocked by Wells. Up front, that hit him in the shin guard. Now Edina back to the point. Shot there, loose puck. And Moorhead clears up to Beckett. Beckett up ahead, 1-on-2. Kalhoff tries to feed it back. Now Brecky steps up. He got back checked from behind. He got his stick lifted. And now Wells from his own zone. Wells goes cross ice, banks it off, goes all the way down, and that's an icing on Moorhead. Buds need one more here. Face off in the middle. Edina sends it low. Now they go on behind the net and cross ice. Centering pass. Deflected by Mounthaugen. Now Blaha works along the boards. Edina coming out with it. Shot there and scored. And Moorhead's inability to get out of their own zone hurts them again. And Hornets lead 4-1. Mounthaugen with the face-off. Now under 4 minutes remaining. Bud's trailing by a big 3 goals now. Wells poke checks it free. Steen to Brecky. Brecky, lead pass. Hornets will just dump it back in. Give chase. Centering pass goes right through everybody. Brecky. Cross ice up to Mounthaugen. Mounthaugen chips it up ahead as they go for changes. Woodard falls down on that one. Now Wells steals it away. Wells dumped up. Now hands it off to Moulton. Colton shot. That goes wide of the net. And Hornets will dump it down for an icing. .327 left here in the third. Hornets leading 4-1. Face off, one back to Wells at the point. His shot deflects off a body up front and behind the net. Now the Hornets up along the boards. They try to clear, but Brecky steals it away. Wells gets it up to Beckett. He chips it in. Now Colton and Kalhoff work along the boards. Brecky back to Wells. Wells up to Kalhoff on the near boards. He'll chip it into the far side. All the way back to center ice. Brecky comes the player off against the boards. Now up along the boards of the Hornets. They're just looking to keep it low. Now Colton rings it around to the near side. 2.5 minutes remaining. Player breaks the stick on the play. That shot goes over Davis' head. Now it comes back over to the near side. Turnover. Colton sidesteps one. Now it hits a stick. Now picked up by Brecky. Brecky, poke checked away from him. Back out to center ice. Wells chips it up ahead to Brecky, and Brecky will dump it in and he'll go for the change. Down to 2 minutes remaining here in the contest. The Edina leading 4-1. Now Colton working in low. Edina chips it out to center ice. Moss will have to chase it down on his own end. He'll go across ice for Blaha. Blaha's pass goes off the skate. Now Poss will chase it down the near side up to Woodard. Woodard. Poke checks it up ahead. Now Blaha takes it away. Blaha will carry it in and send it down deep with 1.5 minutes remaining. Hornets up along the near boards. They come out to center ice. Steen steals it away, but it's taken away again, and Edina will dump it low. Isaac from below his goal line. Banks it off the boards. Edina content to just dump it and retreat back to center ice. Blaha loses an edge right below the goal. Now Steen pushes it back up. Center ice. That goes off the crossbar. 1 minute remaining here in the game. Blaha and a Hornet player battle along the boards. Now 6 players converge along the boards onto the near side. Hornets at the point. Blocked by Poss. He gets it to Woodard, and Woodard will send it the distance. And that'll go as an icing on Moorhead. 35 seconds remaining here. as Edina leads 4-1. Hornets win the faceoff. They throw it on net for the far side. Now battle all the boards. They walk out front, try to stuff it in. And you're going to get there if you found a way at a goaltender. Who else to go to the box? And number 5 for Edina will go to the box. .25 seconds remaining here. Looks like we're going to just stick with 4-on-4. Shot there right off the faceoff. Summers picks up the loose puck. Summers up along the far boards. Summers up ahead, carries it in. Throws it in softly. Now Summers follows with it. Centering pass. That gets intercepted by the Hornets. And up ahead they go. 5 seconds remaining. Sharp angle shot there. Saved by Davis. And that's the end of this one. As Edina comes in and defeats Moorhead 4-1 in this championship game of the spectacular tournament. Spuds with a dejected look as they were hoping for a better outcome this morning or this afternoon, but valiant effort against a very good Edina team. This will conclude our tournament weekend here as the Spuds take on 6 games this weekend. Long haul. We'll get a much-needed rest here with the week off for Christmas, and then we'll come back to work and get the whole week off. We'll come back Monday and get ready for some more district action here right after the first of the year. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We don't talk to you, and we'll see you back at the rink.